my! You know what, just JP, DM me and remind me to add an alias for that. So that it just works regardless of whether you put an S on it or not. I feel like it's thick enough that it's in my mouth. Oh my gosh. That was when I was puppy sitting Fred and he farted. He was laying in my lap and he farted. Oh, God, it was disgusting. That adorable little pup has the nastiest butt. Thank you guys for waiting. Who is this? Who are you? Alright, we've opened the vault. Why can't I scroll? Hello? Sorry, let me try alt-tabbing back into the game. Why do I have a calculator up? Go away. Sorry, I've got too many windows open and bothering me. Okay, can I... There we go. It wasn't letting me scroll. Edge scroll. There's a diamond there, I don't know why. Open the safe. I'm just gonna pick shit up, and then we're gonna... And then we'll inspect the drone. But for now, I'm just gonna... Yoink! We got some extra bliss. That makes the quote even worse? Yeah. Drug formula for jazz. You wanna be Mr. Bones? That's an AGDQ joke. Then you wanna take this formula for jazz. Drone appears to be broken. All it can seem to do is hover in place. Take the drone. We have a drone repair. So why not? Okay. What is that? I don't know what that's about. Alright, well, I guess we open the safe. Just with our hand, we just go blop. Ooh, hoo-hoo, that's a lot of new yen. And nitro, whatever that means. We've now... Oh, we gained a karma. Alright, cool. I'm saving up to get charisma. I guess that's it. I think that's it. I was looking at journal. So I think that's done. I thought he was going to say something to us, but I guess not. So let's return to the cruise bazaar. So we basically just have to leave. That's as far as my understanding goes. Take me, daddy! It's like, if you messed with an Alice in Wonderland thing. Take me, daddy! It's a bottle. Drink me. Alright, ground floor. Let's get out of here. Make like a tree and leaf Cena. Get out! Or is there anyone else that you wanted to talk to? Up there? In here? Not that I know of. I don't think so. We've got a new party member, which is pretty exciting. So far, I'm just doing, like, main story? Not suggesting, just curious. Yeah, not really. I'm just trying to get, like, the main story going. The game doesn't have its hooks into me yet. I'm interested. Hey, thanks for the assist. Can't tell you how happy I am to leave this place behind. No problem. Happy to help. It must have been terrible to be stuck in here. Yeah. Well, it was no picnic, I'll tell you that much. Say, you wouldn't happen to need a Nova Hot Decker, would you? 'Cause I suddenly find myself unemployed. I'm a Decker, so no? No! I do need a Decker, but I don't think you're the right guy. No, yeah, come along! Gather all the people. I'd actually rather use Blitz than myself. He seems way more useful than Idana does. Excellent, fantastic. I promise you, you won't regret it. Ta-ta! Nova Hot or not? That was the the achievement I just got. I've got Paramore in my head. I don't know why it's like literally just her name. The name Glory just reminds me of that one song, and then the song cycles into and out of my head. You're useful too, barely. All I do is take a bunch of initial hits when we get into combat, and occasionally die. That's my secret, Lecta. I always have Paramore in my head. I often do as well. As you lead your team through the shadows, your companions will continue to develop and learn new combat skills. Clicking the icon in the lower right-hand corner of the screen will open the crew advancement menu. Once the icon is highlighted, one or more of your companions is eligible to learn about a new combat skill. With each advancement level, you may choose one of 2 possible combat skills. Choose wisely. Okay. Safe house, do. House safe. Alright, so we've got Iger level 2, Sniper Specialist. Gains sniper rifle ability that increases accuracy for 35%. Does that replace the other one? Or a shotgun? I use her for sniper way more often, so... Hell yeah. Gain ability, steady shot. Plus Blitz already has scatter shot, so why would I have 2 people with the same thing? Sniper, yeah. Iger, you are sniper for life. Always sniper. Okay. Dietrich. Meltdown, Electrocore. Electrocore spell now strips 1 armor from affected targets. In addition to the AP, I'm assuming? Dietrich trains further with thrown weapons, increasing his accuracy with throwing knives. I never use the throwing knives. He's got way too many other things that I would much rather use his AP on. At this point, game is asking, do you want Sniper Iger or Shotgun Iger? Yeah. I mean, she wouldn't be a bad shotgunist, given her HP and stuff, but unnecessary. Alright. Glory. Oh, Glory. Glory gains a melee attack, Razor Slash, followed up by a kick, pierces up to 1 armor, may do AP damage, or pistol ability, fire power round. See, this one, I'm not sure. She's a combat medic. So basically, this game's version of a cleric. So if I choose Razor, then I can go for Healy Splagili. Carries a Boomona Platinum Trauma Kit on each mission, which brings back down characters with 100%. That's at level 6, obviously, but... Heals minimum of 30 HP, replaces basic medkit. I feel like that's too good to have. I should lean into her clericiness. They do the res if I go pistol route. But I haven't used her Razor attack because I feel like being in cover is way more useful. Like putting my characters out in the open where like 3 or 4 different enemies can shoot them doesn't feel good to me. Can choose independently at each tier. Oh, none of these are prerequisites. Okay. So yeah, then I'll do pistol. I see. Okay. All right. Thank you for Thank you. I didn't realize. Alright, cool. So yeah, the next time I will probably do the med kit, and then the pistol, and then adrenals, and then the other thing. Yeah. Alright. Excellent. As far as melee goes, does it make a difference to know that being struck by melee attack makes the victim break cover? I don't know. I haven't quite absorbed the mechanics of the game well enough yet to have any sort of preference or strategy. It's more just like, please don't hurt me. That's my strategy. Blitz looks up at your approach. The table beside him is littered with cigarette butts, and a data jack cable dangles from a portable terminal set up by his side. Hey, Chief, you need something? Got some questions. You doing okay? Any thoughts on the run? Just checking in. His smile widens. Great, Chief. I'm doing just great. It's real nice to be able to wind down and relax for a change. No more worrying about this ganger or that ganger sneaking behind me and slipping a knife between my ribs. It's a good change, Chief, I've got to say. No one's ever safe. Don't ever relax! Good, then you can focus on getting our current job good. Glad to hear it. We're happy to have you on the team. Let him relax. Let him have a moment. Like, we know it's not safe, because no one ever really is, but it's not like imminent danger. There's a big difference. Course you are. He gestures at himself with a flourish. What's not to be happy about? Okay, I'm in love. I'm in love with mutton chops. I do love me a man with a flourish. Now that you're all settled in, I've got some questions. Let's hear your thoughts about the last run. Well, Chief, I wasn't around for most of it, but you got me out of that hotel, and for that, you've got my eternal thanks. So let me ask you about you. Blitz glances wistfully back at the terminal on the table, then turns back with a sigh of resignation. I suppose, but try to keep it short, okay, Chief? I've got things to do. How long were you in Dragonfall? I ended up there after the anarchist revolution of 39. I was just a kid back then, too young to realize how good I was, how much money I could have made working the shadows. And so, being young and dumb, I fell in with the gang crowd, and that was that. Well, I don't want to tell him that I don't trust him, but I do want to hear more character dialogue. So, in lieu of having a nicer way to ask more about him, we're gonna say this. Why wouldn't you, Chief? I mean, just look at me. Does his best to give you a winning smile. I'm a trustworthy guy. Prove it. Tell me about that gang you ran with. Well, I don't know all that much, Chief. I wasn't a member of gang leadership or anything. I'm not really sure why you care either. Consider a test. I need to know where your loyalties lie. I mean, I don't really care to test him. I just want the information. Rolls his eyes. If that's what it'll take for you to trust me, fine. Anything for you, Chief. Well, where to begin? When I first arrived at Dragonfall, I spent some time taking in the lay of the land. The Schwarzerherzen were still a pretty small gang, strictly street level, but I could see they were going places. I did a little pro bono decking for their leader, a fat little dwarf named Dieter. Soon enough, I was part of the family. For a drug gang, the Schwarzerherzen were decent enough folks. I made a lot of money with them, helped them take the hotel in the first place. We had a lot of good years there. Then Dieter was killed in a firefight and our happy little family fell apart. Was that when the hotel got attacked? I am sorry to hear that. Maybe we weren't the best people, but like, family. Blitz takes a deep breath, shifts his weight from one foot to another. Not exactly. The Schwarzerherzen maintained their hold on Dragonfall, but the change of leadership was bad news for me. After Dieter kicked the bucket, his second-in-command took over. She was a real piece of work, called herself Leonie Luster. She had a vicious streak a mile long, and she was none too fond of me. I can't imagine why not. I know! What's not to like? Maybe she felt threatened by my friendship with Dieter back before he ate that bullet. Or maybe she was just jealous of my rugged good looks. Who the hell knows? The point is, she went after me, vigorously. Within 24 hours of Dieter's death, I had a price on my head. And then the hotel got taken over. So that's what you need to know about the Schwarzerhausen. They were a great gang, a powerful gang. I helped to make them that way. Then they had a management turnover and everything went to hell. Rock's back on his feet. That's it. End of story. Anything else you want to talk about? Wait a second. That isn't it. There's some pretty big holes in that story. I finally have a chance to use some of my stats. Feel like you can't detect sarcasm? I didn't mean it as sarcasm. I figured sarcasm would be... That's why I stared at that choice for so long. I figured that sarcasm would be, I can't imagine why. I can't imagine why not. It seems genuine. At least that's how I read it. So I'm glad that he took it that way. Because I worried that it was going to read as me being insincere. But if it was can't imagine why, I definitely wouldn't have chosen it. Can't imagine why not. Like, why she wouldn't like you. I don't know. It's just a weird little language thing that to me did not seem like it was meant to indicate sarcasm. Come on, Chief. This is all ancient history. Wouldn't you rather talk about the future? It's not ancient history. Like, this just happened a week ago or something. The runs were gonna go on, all the money we're gonna make. Blitz, tell me what happened between Luster putting the price on your head and the hotel getting attacked. All right, Chief, fine. If that's what it'll take to make you happy. So I was in a bind, right? The members of the Schwarzerhausen, who were loyal to Luster, were all out for my blood, and none of the others were going to stick their necks out for me. The advantage of being a gangster is protection in numbers. When those numbers turn against you, you've got to get creative if you want to stay alive. What did you do? And thank you guys for contributing to Movie Time Challenge. It's hard to tell without VA. It is, but I felt confident in the why not rather than the why. It makes a big difference, at least in English. Blitz taps the plastic of his data jack. Like, if we're saying just text, you could definitely turn it sarcastic, but I feel like the words themselves, I can't imagine why not, is usually genuine. I can't imagine why is usually disingenuous or sarcastic. You mean that a gang literally called the Black Hearts isn't full of compassionate folks? I'm shocked. Taps the plastic of his data jack, what I had to. Luster had declared war on me, so I retaliated, and I won. All without ever firing a shot. It's not an answer. You won't be satisfied until I spell it out, will you? Okay, fine. I hacked into Luster's computer and I sent all of her information to a rival organization. Remember Frank from the hotel? He was my liaison. That's what I thought. They hit the Schwarzerhausen and they hit him hard. Then they took the hotel, and then they took me. I admit the plan backfired a little. Yeah, I guess if everyone turns against you, what are you really going to do? It's not a terribly honorable thing, but I don't think that running would have worked either. They turned on him first. So they traitored him first. I wouldn't call him a traitor. Like, technically, yes, traitor, but they all were traitors. Let's out a sigh of relief. Thanks, Chief. Knew you'd understand. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to what I was doing. We'll talk later, I'm sure. And Chief, I'm glad to be a member of the team. New fear, Mittenbeater. Need me to beat the beat. Let's talk to Dante. Give him little puppy scritches. You look down to see a pair of bright eyes set into a scruffy face. I love him. Dante, Monica's old dog. You can see intelligence and sadness. I'm sorry. We'll go pet you. Woof. Yes, good woof. Alright, let's see if there's anything new we can... Any new... Hey, boss. What can I do for you? How are you holding up? You seem to take Monika's death harder than the others did. Nah, no harder. But I'm less buttoned up than the others are. Iger never let herself show any weakness, and Glory... Well, she's too full of chrome to feel much of anything. Me, I don't give a damn. I spent too much of my life putting on a show for others already. What do you mean by that? I used to front a punk band way back when. Believe it or not, I spent a pretty good chunk of my life on stage. Whenever we weren't playing, I was living up to our fans' expectations, spouting off, getting into fights, getting drunk, getting laid. Not a bad life, all things considered. You can sing? Or was it like Screamo? Either way, still fun, still excellent. What was your band called? Maybe I've heard of it. How'd you go from fronting to running Shadows? Any thoughts? I'm wondering if I can get him to, like, sing. Is there any voice acting in this game? I don't remember. My brain just went entirely blank. How'd you get into running? There's zero voice acting. Boo! Wasn't as big a leap as you'd think. I already had a healthy disrespect for authority, and I had the magic to back it up. One nice thing about shamanism, as long as you keep your idol happy, it doesn't matter what else you do. The Dragon Slayer chose me to be his servant, and as long as I was scrapping with someone bigger than me, he didn't much care whether I did it on stage or in the shadows. Tell me about the Dragon Slayer. Hey, Kandarian. Yep, second day of Shadowrun. Not in a row, obviously, but played the very, very beginning before I went on vacation. All the vocals are on you. Alright. Not much to tell. He chose me when I was just a kid. I could always feel him in my heart, goading me to laugh louder, hit harder, and get rowdier than the rest. Of course my family didn't understand, but the hell with him, I thought. I knew that I was destined for greater things. So, I listened to him and I cracked the skulls of a lot of bad people. He saw this and was pleased and rewarded me with magic. And I used that magic to crack bigger, thicker skulls and so on. It's a simple life, but it's a good one. Good luck, Chummer. Thanks. You can sing? He grows you with a critical eye. As a frontman for a punk band, boss, fuck no, I can't sing. But I wasn't half bad at riling up a crowd. What was your band called? Oh, I doubt it, boss. We never really got any airplay. Come on, Dietrich, tell me. Since when did airplay have anything to do with good music? Yeah. Fair point, boss. Alright, I'll tell you. The band was called Messerkampf, spelled just like it sounds, in big capital letters with an exclamation point. We weren't a big act or anything. Sold a few records here and there, toured around Europe. Same old story you'll hear from a bunch of other washed-up old relics, I'm sure. We had a decent following in England, and we holed up in London from 31 to 36, spent most of our time slumming it around the East End, and picked up enough Cockney to irritate the folks back home. Truth be told, that whole chapter of my life is a bit of a blur. We didn't do it for the fans or the fame, and we sure as shit didn't care about the money. All that mattered to us was staying young and drunk and angry. He takes a moment to examine his gnarled hands, a sad smile on his face. We managed the second of the two. Good God, where's the time gone? Anyway, boss, everything ends eventually, and I washed my hands of all this years ago, so let's change the subject if you don't mind. Thoughts on the run? Well, we found Winters. That's something, I guess. So this whole thing has me feeling uneasy, boss. But at least we have a direction to look in. Goodbye! Knife fight? Okay, thank you for the translations. That's a fucking punk band. For real. It's extra punky. Iger turns to face you. There's a pained look on her face. Look, I owe you an apology. Oh, is that so? Yeah, it is. When Monika died, I was pissed. That probably doesn't come as a huge surprise. But I took that anger out on you and I shouldn't have. I knew that's what was happening. It's okay. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me. You couldn't have done anything to help Monica, and I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine. Her death hurt. I got carried away and I said some things I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that. Her body relaxes. She begins to turn away. That's all I wanted to say. What about a thank you? Adana, use your manners. I wanted to say things. Can see wariness. Go ahead, nobody's stopping you. I accept your apology. But if you insult me in front of the team again, you'll regret it. Weak-ass apology changes nothing. No! This one is closer. You're a valued member of this team, Iger. We need you now more than ever. I'm glad you're on my side. She raises a hand to stop you. The expression on her face has gone from cautious to annoyed. Cut the bullshit, fearless leader. I don't respond well to flattery. I wasn't trying to flatter you, Iger. I only wanted to tell you how wonderful and valuable I am. Yeah, I got that part. And now you've given me a pat on the head. I suppose that you expect me to fall in line like a good little soldier. Wow, she is taking me very out of context. Yes, I did pet Dante. Drogenkeeper is drug dump. I'd said the drug pit when we loaded in. You know, there's nothing easier or more hollow than an empty compliment. It's not an empty compliment! All I wanted to say was thank you, and that was the closest one for thank you for apologizing. That's all I wanted to say. But I guess they wanted to keep tension between me and Iger. Thanks, video game. It's cheap manipulation, and I can always see right through it. But, well, you didn't see right through it because that wasn't my intention, so you're a turd. You should go. I've got prep work to do for our next run, and you've got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear. What a turd. She's a real piece of work. I mean, I get being very hardened and expecting the worst from people, but like, some people just really see what they want to see and they don't try to hear you when you talk. It's probably pit like cesspit. Dumps are often pits, aren't they? Adana, what did you need? How are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. You sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I mean, I trust you, but also I'm prying.
I love it.
Raftalia Naofumi-chan, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the court of the hype. Here is your meerkat welcome dance. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now it doesn't. Okay, personal question. I'm not big on sharing sport. Personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you she's not interested. Alright, fine. I'll give you more time. I think we did that last time. I want to see if the computer has anything new, and then we'll turn in the main quest. Awesome, Dan. So glad you liked it, though. Yeah, I'm interested by all of these characters. I want to get to know them. I want to learn their backstories and whatnot. That thing you love? How's it doing? How's it doing? Sure, let's go with that. Sometimes chewing someone out for something they did wrong shows more that you care than being gentle with them. It's just not my way. And besides, Iger, thinking that she could have done better than someone she doesn't know to help her friend and being angry and taking it out, like, that's a totally normal reaction. So, like, she didn't actually do anything wrong. She just, like, yelled at me. I don't feel like that's worth getting that upset about or, like, chewing her out for that. Have you played any other Shadowrun games? I've not. You have a kitty! Aw, Gigi. We have a Discord if anybody is interested. We also have an Animals Are Cute channel. Just in case anyone ever wants to put cute pictures of animals in there. Kind of fits the setting, a world where everything has a price. Few people really build healthy relationships. Well, I'm new to the world and whatnot. Like, Monica very clearly was a very easygoing person, so is Dietrich. Like, not everybody has to be all hardened. Again, I'm not saying it's unreasonable, but the dialogue options that the game gave me, it was a little bit superfluous. All I wanted to say was thank you for apologizing, or I accept your apology, one of the two. I didn't want to say all the other shit that was attached to each of those options, so I picked the one that was just accepting and moving forward, like that was a positive net interaction. Well, I'm new to the team, so it's not like I'm super attached to, like, I am the authority figure, and also that's not how this team has been run. Monica was the leader, but only in that if a final decision needs to be made, she makes it. That was my understanding of it. But otherwise, everybody weighs in, and everybody's a nearly equal member. And again, I'm new to the team. I was doing my first mission with them when Monica died, and she put me in charge, but that was her final decision after talking it out with everybody. Do you play horror games? Sometimes. If you look in the panels down below, there's a games one, and you can see all the games that I've played on stream, as well as a list of games that I might play on stream. Workstation, mission computer. Check inbox. No unread. Team personnel files. We read all of these already. Oh. Oh, not Amsel. What is this? Post pay data for sale? I don't know what any of this means. Open the jobs directory. Just curious. Got nothing there. Alright, whatever. Well, we've spoken to everybody, so let's go ahead and talk to Paul. And we'll learn more about the whole Winters debacle. Amsel's expression is harder than you've seen it before. When he speaks, his voice is grim. Iger's told me of Green Winter's death. She said that he died in the same manner that Monica did. Again, we're all equals here, I just get final say. It wasn't a pretty sight. I know that you and Iger have had your differences. I will tell you that she was badly shaken by the sight of Winter's body. She also mentioned that you found something in Winter's safe, a package full of very old discs. May I see them? Yeah, of course. Good God. Gingerly, Amsel lifts a disc from the bundle and holds it up to the light. Slowly, he begins to turn it in his hand, causing rainbow patterns to shimmer across its surface. Haven't seen one of these since I was a boy. It's a CD. Oh, it's a DVD. Sure. Whatever. Same visual. It's a DVD rewritable data storage medium from the mid-2000s. I'm amazed that Winters was able to find a device that could play it. How can we read them? Puts down the DVD in his hands and quickly inspects the others. The first disc that I looked at might be readable. The others are damaged, some severely so. I have my doubts about them. For now, let's concentrate on the undamaged disc. There's a little shop outside, the Data Haven. Talk to the proprietor, Malit Holye. She might be able to help. Tell her to put the cost of the device on my account. Okay. I don't know why he doesn't like to leave, but it doesn't bother me. I know 2 good horror games on Steam called Sense, a Cyberpunk Ghost Story, and World of Horror. I tried World of Horror. Again, if you look at the list, you can see the games that I've played. And I don't typically take suggestions because there's so many games that A, I already own, and B, so many games that I am super, super interested in And there's so many good games out there that I have to narrow it down somehow. What's a laser disc? Who's the PogChamp? I don't know. I wish that there was a way you could see whose channel it came from. Stay put, BB. I'm gonna pet you first, though. Bye, BB. Where's your good puppies? Oh, you're gonna come around town with me? Alright. That's good, Dante. Ooh, this is what I want to look like. Can we pretend I look like this? I mean... Hello? Is this exactly my hair? Well, when it's washed and it's not. It's not been kept in a ponytail, but like, hello, my fucking hair. Just, this is orange. Yeah. Twitter says it's critical bard. Okay, cool. I just wish that there was like a Twitch integrated way, because what's the point of highlighting a new person each week if you can't actually like get to their stuff? Get to their channel. Unless, if you click on PogChamp, does it show you their channel? No, it just says global emote. Yeah. Unfortunate. The dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling with the glare from a dozen trid screens. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. That I cannot do, so there will be no accent. But yeah, I want to look like that. Welcome to the Data Haven. Can I help you with something? I acquired this drone! Can you get it up and running? Might as well. Forgot about that. Yeah, probably. It might take a bit of doing, though. I love working on these old core drones. Can't make you any guarantees, but either way it's on the house. I'll leave it in your hands. Start on it now. See you later. I wanted to talk about something else. Looking for something that can play back a DVD. Really? That is old tech. Very old, in fact. Just a moment, I will go look. Rummins through a bin of obsolete components. Ah, yes, here we are. The dwarf wrestles with a mid-sized flat-screen display out of the bin. This display has old enough hookups to connect to a DVD player. RCA, you know, vintage. The player itself, though, this I do not have. You may wish to try your luck down at the junkyard. There's a scavenger there, a primitive man with a crude disposition. If anyone here in Cruz Bazaar can help you find your DVD player, he can. But he will most certainly attempt to overcharge you for it. Shakes a deep breath and smiles. But you are not here for gossip. Shall we conclude our business? Give you the display for 200? Paul said charge it. Ah, very well. I will have it packaged up and delivered to Herr Amsel right away. Best of luck finding your DVD reader. I wish you well. Can we romance you? That's what I want to know. If I can't be you, I want to romance you. Tried finding a list of games you played and can't find it. Did you look in the panels down below? It's the one that says games. It says games played on stream and there's a link. If you're on mobile, there's like a little swipe option. I'm not super familiar with mobile. Maybe Simon can help you out. Help with the mobile navigation. We've run through here before. Shrati? That's an interesting name. JP grabbed the link for you. Thanks, JP. I do still want to be able to direct people properly and make sure that it's something that can be seen and that it's easy to navigate to. If I know what the barriers are, then it's easier for me to help people in the future when maybe you're not here to grab the link. A stout old man looks up from whatever old tech he's tinkering with to squint at you through thick, old-fashioned glasses. He pushes them up with an oil-stained finger as he straightens up to nod at you. He speaks with a gruff but well-meaning tone, heavily accented with German tonality. Guten Tag. What can I do for you? Malit tells me you're the man to speak to about DVDs. That little shrew sent you my way, huh? Will wonders never cease? Well, introductions are in order, suppose. Schrodi Buchman? At your service. Raises a grimy hand in salute. Need something salvaged? Some old components? Velit? Is that... I don't know how to say that. Vielleicht? I'm not great at German. Wonderful. How about that DVD player? Let's see. I think I got something that'll work for you. Rummages through the junk, snatches up a battered plastic lozenge shape from the pile. Ah, here we go. An old Korean player dug up last week. 2010 model. Real beauty. Fixed her up and got her running, but without any discs to read. Mostly been using her as a paperweight. How much? Well, I'll admit, I'm a little loath to part with her. There's plenty of folks out there who'd really appreciate an old player. And I don't know what your intentions are for it. Reading DVDs. Damn it! Oh, you're gonna intimidate him? I suppose, given the time and trouble... Eyes dart over your gear. You mean my level 1 cloth armor? Pfft. If you're on mobile, then tap on the streamer's profile pic to get their profile and about. And yeah, if you're on desktop, then make sure that you just scroll down. Oh yes, Fee, that's right. V's... see, I must be sleepy, because that I'm usually very good about. Means maybe. Sadly won't be around for long, some stuff I gotta do. I'm only on for another hour myself, because I have to go to work, so you're not missing much. Watch your back, shoot straight, conserve ammo, never cut a deal with a dragon. Alright, Kandarian, thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you another time. Have a good one. Hey, Mama Meat Boy, what's up? Come on. I could buy a new thing for that. But you can get one of those anywhere. You ain't gonna find another one of these anytime soon. But it's not like I get offers to buy these every day, so I'll cut you a deal. $3.50. Charisma. I feel bad. I kind of just want to give it to him, but I don't know how expensive healing items are, and we did get a lot of money out of that safe. But I don't get to use my charisma super often. You're not missing much. Now, an hour with Lecta is a quality hour. I meant not missing much of the game. Thank you, Uncle T. That's very kind of you. I'm not over fond of your tone, but it's not every day I get asked to sell any of my projects. Alright. Here you go. And give her some good use, okay? It rattles a bit when you move it. Oh, good. Blue boo! Return to Paul with the goods. I'm not here for the game, I'm here for companionship. Well, that is the perfect way to be. The perfect way to be. Oh, Paul. Alright, let's go, Paul. It seems that Emsil has assembled the team in your absence. They stand in group around the old display that you had Malit deliver. On their faces you can see excitement and apprehension, curiosity and dread. Adana, have you procured a DVD reader? Yep. Good. This should only take me a moment. Disappears behind the ancient display, fiddles. Everything appears to be functional. Disc should be ready to play. Well, don't keep us in suspense. Start the damn thing already. Adana went to the trouble of fetching everything. Let her do the honors. Amstel steps back, clearing a path for you to access the antique machine. And I go, boop! I don't know about perfect, but that's pretty good. I mean, I want people to be here because they want to be a part of the community. Whether that's lurking or chatting, you're still a part of the community. You don't have to talk to be a part of things. Just want to make that clear. But, like, that's what I hope for. You know, of course I don't mind people coming in being like, ooh, I like this game, let me see if this is a place I want to hang out. Because obviously, how else are you going to find me? Someone said my name? I said, hello! Chat is full of fantastic companions. I agree. What is Hotline Miami 2? I heard the game is hard to play. It's pretty difficult. It's a fast-paced shooter with an interesting story. They also had Hotline Miami once. It's a top-down shooter, though. I guess it's not just shooting, but it's a fast-paced combat game, and you have to have really precise movements. If you die, you start over at the beginning of each little map. And the music is so good. It is so good. Companion me, daddy! Soft whirring sound fills the air as the ancient DVD player spins up the disc to speed. The scratched LCD display comes to life in a menu. Play track 1. Just gonna go down the line. The screen goes black, and a cheerful digital chiming sound spills out of the display's speakers. The crackle of static fills the air, coupled with a shrill electronic whine. After a few moments, the display goes live, and a disheveled-looking man appears on the screen. His eyes glitter with excitement. Timestamp is 2034... So I think that's 2034, September 15th. Adrienne Vauclair. Hermie, I think I found her, after all this time. Furschfinger. I knew she wasn't dead. His speech is jittery. You can hear the urgency in his voice. She survived the Dragonfall. Just as I've always said. I knew it, and I was right! Excited face is closer to the screen than it was before. Taking a team into the SOX to retrieve her. The radiation be damned. We will take appropriate precautions, of course, but we must go. Hermie, I think that the body may be nearby as well. Somehow she has survived for all this time. May not be back for some time. Look after Mom, okay? I worry about her. And Hermie, stay safe out there. I know that things are heating up in Berlin, and I know you. Student protests, civil uprising, you'll be in the middle of it, I'm sure. Just stay safe, all right? And I'll do my best to do the same. I don't know what's going to happen when I step into the SOX, but I do know one thing. If the Firewing is still a danger, I will put an end to her. Once and for all. All right. All our news, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Court of the Hive. Here is your meerkat, welcome dance to welcome you. Hey, Plinth user, how are you? Actually getting work done, woo! Get it? Taking the afternoon off, hell yeah. Yeah, getting work done when you're not looking over here. Ignore this, ignore me doing this. Track 2. Late client Green Winters is on the screen. He's sitting like this, and the other hand's wrapped around a bottle of cheap whiskey, man after my own heart. So this is many years later, 2053. So that must be the current year. Achoo! Oh, pardon. December 25th. It's Christmas Day. That'll be difficult. It's an old Austin Powers joke, like when he's taking pictures and he's snapping over here saying, ignore this, ignore me doing this. Thank you for the gazoon tights. I found the message Adrian left me after those years ago. Got it cleaned up best as I could. Strange hearing his voice again. Pauses to take a long pull on the bottle. It's good to hear him, even if he did insist on calling me Hermie. So they're brothers? Dr. Adrian Vauclair, hero of the people, the Dragon Slayer. My brother. Grimaces and rubs his eyes. Hard to believe it's been almost 20 years. Alright, so I'm gonna start recording these DVDs again. For me, for Adrian, for whoever might wind up watching them. Every time I do this, it winds up feeling like a waste of time. But I keep doing it anyway on the off chance that I'll find something important. I don't know what this voice is, this is just how he sounds, okay? Don't judge me. If I stumble into a clue that leads me to my brother, I know that I'm gonna want it on film. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, after all. No sense in quitting now. Christ, 20 years, all this time and still no leads, even with all my contacts and my resources. He takes another long swallow of cheap liquor. Water, the cheapest liquor. Even with my legendary bullheadedness, I've made no progress at all. I haven't turned up a single goddamn thing. Want to hear something funny? The closest I've gotten to a clue was a rumor. Apparently, a team emerged from the SOX a while back. Nobody's clear on the date, and get this. Supposedly, they vanished without a trace. He upends the bottle and drains it, slams it back to the table. His eyes are rimmed with red. Not much of a rumor, considering. I already know that you're gone, big brother. I live with that every day. Sounds like a noir detective. Sounds kind of like a mild version of the Beggin' Strips guy. Happy to stop in, but I think I might go. Should get up and have a lot to do today. Alright, Mama Meat Boy, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. I hope that you have a nice, productive day, and we'll see you another time. Have a good one. There's a grinding sound from the DVD tray. Oops, that doesn't sound good. So then the following year... Okay, so 53 is not the current year. Following year, almost an exact year later. Stumbled upon this archival footage of First Finger's original attack, months before the Dragonfall. Easy to forget how devastating it was. Adrian saved a lot of people by bringing her down. I've got the footage all queued up to play, starting it now. Additional comments to follow. The DVD player starts to whine. A distorted, wavering image blooms into being on the screen. A timestamp in the upper right corner of the screen marks the date, July 6th, 2012. It's difficult to make out what you're seeing at first. The scene is dark and smoky. This is cool. And the telltale flashes of emergency vehicle lights flicker on the periphery of the screen. The camera pushes in and you can make out two figures standing in a ruined landscape. All at once, the sound cuts in. Again, for those of you joining us, we are coming to you live from Stolberg. A few hours ago, the dragon Fürstfinger launched an unprovoked attack on this sleepy Harz mountain town, and you can see the results behind me. Fire, ashes, and blood. We are joined tonight by a survivor of this latest and most horrifying attack. Sir, I understand you've been through a terrible ordeal. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us tonight. Fingal, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the court of the hype. Here is your meerkat. Welcome, dance. Thank you, thank you. Haunted look in his eyes. Yes, of course. If you could, sir, could you please tell the people at home about your experience of the attack? It was horrible. Just pure chaos. So many people are dead. People I knew, roasted alive or trampled to death trying to escape. My own house was burned to the ground during the attack. My family, we have nothing now. You all made it through the attack, though? Your wife, your kids? Yeah, we all made it, thank God. We rode out of the attack in a small shelter. We rode out the attack in a small shelter. Me, my wife, and our 2 daughters. The shelter, it protected us, but the heat was just unbearable. We couldn't have stayed in there much longer than we did. How long were you holed up in there? 3, maybe 4 hours? I don't know. We just stayed inside until the heat died down and the screaming stopped. What happened after that? When it was over, when the air cooled down, we stepped outside. There was nothing left, just smoldering wreckage and this dense cloud of black, oily smoke and the stench in the air. God, that smell. It smelled like roasting meat. There's a long pause. From the tortured look on his face, you can tell that the man is struggling to decide whether or not to continue speaking. Eventually he does. My girls, they found what was left of their nanny outside. Her body, what was left of it, was slumped against the shelter door. I keep telling myself that I couldn't hear her pounding to get in. But that isn't true. I could. I just couldn't bring myself to open that door. I couldn't risk my family like that. Not for her, not for anyone. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to speak with us. Yeah. You heard it here, an absolutely chilling account of tonight's attack. Again, the town of Stolberg has been reduced to ash, another victim of the Fire Wing. Stay with us for more up-to-the-minute reporting on Fürstfinger's Reign of Terror. Whew! Welcome, Fingal. How you doing? Okay, it's time for a new approach. Adrian's a complete dead end. That much is pretty clear by now. So I'm going to do some digging on Fürstfinger instead. Let's see where this goes. Alright, we got 3 more tracks, friends. I almost made myself gag with the roasting meat comment. A little bit too much acting. Okay, track 4 is a few days after the last one. Well, that was a bust. Little progress on Fürstfinger either. I don't know, it's weird. The information is there, it's just wrong somehow. It's too well laid out, too simple. Real life is messy, and this feels just a little too neat. It's not the only thing that's nagging at me. I'm getting that tingly feeling all up and down the back of my neck again. Feels like I'm being tracked. I'm no Matrix hotshot like Clockwork or Schaefer, but I'm good enough to know when someone's on my scent. Gotta install some new security measures. Can't be too careful. Same year, a few days later. Display goes blank, then Winters is back. Seated at a computer, and there's an enormous monitor. Oh, whoo, buddy. Someone's getting disheveled. Love to see you play this game. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by it at the very least. Christ, I'm getting too close to something. There's a trail of bodies, and there have been disappearances. Gearbox, Martian, Peregrine, they've all disappeared within the past few years. Gearbox just went AWOL yesterday. And they were making all the same sorts of inquiries about the Fire Wing that I've been. There are ghost stories spreading around the Decker community, stories about Deckers disappearing and then showing up again later, but wrong somehow. Scary stuff, and I'm starting to think that it's true. Blitz leans in to whisper to you. I know the stories he's talking about, Chief. Never really put much stock in them. Not until now. Could these rumors be related to what's happening here? Am I being paranoid? Pauses for a moment, as if considering the question. No, I don't think so. Something big is happening here, and I'm right in the middle of it. That's a bit of a leap. One other thing. Tolstoy told me a story about a kill team that might be related to all of this. Apparently there's a Decker named Hellebore posted a theory about Fürstfinger and the Shadowrun BBS about 5 years ago. About an hour later, a mil-spec team showed up in Meat Space and cooked her entire apartment, with her in it. If what Tolstoy told me was true, Hellebore live posted the event. She described her killer, this great big orc with skin grafts. That's the same one who went after us in the tutorial mission! Then the whole thread disappeared, gone without a trace. Leap, Iger love. Sounds like he's on the right track to me. Iger holds her silent, but concedes a point with a nod. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This has gotta be Fürschfinger. All of it. Adrian was right about her. She's still alive, and she's out of the SOX. She's covering her tracks, working in the shadows, preparing to rise again. And that means that I have to find you, Adrian, for everyone's sake. Thankfully, I've got a lead. For the first time in 2 decades, I've got a solid goddamn lead. I didn't mean to click there. I've backtraced all of the Matrix nodes that Hellebore was looking into, back before she got cooked. Whoever's been purging the Matrix didn't think about that. And I found that she turned up a set of map coordinates. So now I've got a target, a place to start digging. The Harfeld Manor, conveniently located on an isolated stretch of countryside miles away from prying eyes. Matrix records indicate that some sort of data vault exists beneath the estate, so that's what I need to get into. So he totally knew. He didn't know that we were going to get fried, but he knew that it was way more dangerous than he let on. And this is where we came in. I think I'm going to tap Schaefer for this job. She's got the skills to bypass whatever security they're running out there, and she's gullible enough to take the job in the first place. Damn! I'll feed her some line about flux state security, and she'll eat it up with a spoon. I warned her. Time to put the plans into motion. Thanks, Mouth. By this time tomorrow night, I should have the information that I need. And on the off chance that Schaefer gets taken out, well, that'll tell me something too. Can't make an omelet and all that. Until then. Rule 0 of Shadowrunning is Herr Schmidt never tells you everything. Well, I don't know who Herr Schmidt is, but I assume that's just a stand-in for whoever's giving you a job. A job. A flibbity-flab. Play track 6. English version of Mr. Johnson. I'm not familiar with Mr. Johnson either, to be fair. Unless you mean...
I love penis vagina. Suck it hard.
Unless that's what you're on about. Recognize the scene in the window. You're looking at Winter's hotel room. Timestamp is 54/11, November 10th. Blur of motion. Suspicion is confirmed. Schaefer dead. Christ. And he's back on his whiskey shenanigans. I don't think he ever left them. Okay. Back up. Slow down. Start from the beginning. Got the call from my contact in the cruise bazaar. My mouth is dead. My mouth is not cooperating with me today.
Hey, there we go. Shit.
Schaefer killed on the estate run. Matrix security at the estate cooked her brain. Considering Schaefer's skill and experience, on-site IC must have been extreme, even by Berlin standards. Security of that kind costs money, real money. Given the evidence uncovered so far, corporate involvement unlikely. The connection to the Firewing is too strong. So, let's come right out and say it. The dragon is what we're dealing with here, and the smart money says that she's coming for me next. Well, I won't go down without a fight. I've still got my contacts, still got my connections, and the flux state can be a hell of a weapon for a man who knows how to manipulate it. Time for me to make my play. Ghost stories or no, missing deckers or no. I've got to jack into the Matrix and start pulling strings. The countermeasures that I installed earlier should be more than enough to keep me safe for the 20 minutes I'll be in there. They were not. Schaefer's death was tragic. She was a staunch supporter of the F-State, but still, all things considered. Oh, he just shattered his glass. Better her than me. As your finger hovers, nears the eject button, a black screen cuts over the static. A moment later, Green Winter's haggard face appears. If you're watching this, then I guess that they caught up to me. They will be after you now, too. What the hell is this? Why didn't you warn me about this before I came here? Hey everybody, Blitz is scared! We didn't know, not exactly. Also, you're the one who didn't tell me everything, so like... tit for tat, now you're getting the tat. Not exactly. I didn't come here to get hunted by a dragon. I'm not even part of this. We didn't know. You are now, whether you like it or not, so quiet down and stop bothering her. Whoever you are, whatever you think you're after, you need to find Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Not because he's my brother. If Fürschwinge is rising again, he's the only one who can stop her. You've seen what happens to people who get too close to this. I'm dead and dozens of others have died. You'll be next, unless you can find Adrian. And the DVD says, bye vagina. Alright, and more dialogue! These are all stand-ins for individuals who's giving you the job. Yeah, I figured. I mean, that was my assumption. But I've never... I don't think I've heard it before. But, you know, educated guesses and all that. The room goes quiet, as everyone struggles to process what you've just seen on the DVD. Finally, Dietrich breaks the silence. A dragon. Son of a bitch. Green Winters sent us up against a dragon. The Firewing. She lives. I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't just stay at the hotel. Wait a second. We don't know for certain. The evidence seemed pretty convincing to me, love. I'll take it a step further. I think that secret facility that we stumbled into was her lair. Just think about it. The Decker that Winters got those coordinates from was posting about Fürschwinge. Then she was killed by that same orcish bastard that attacked us after Monica died. That's a direct link between the dragon, the scarred orc, and the Harfeld Manor. And then Winters was killed by the same thing that killed Monica. Exactly. My gut tells me that the dragon is down there, Adana. Someplace far beneath the surface. I think that we knocked on the door to her lair without even knowing it. And I think that, given what we've seen, the dragon will do whatever it takes to keep us quiet about it. Okay. Going on the assumption that there is a dragon, and that she will come after us, what do you propose we do about it? Follow Winter's advice, find Vauclair, keep it simple, head in there, kick the door, kill the dragon. I'm gonna ask for suggestions. What do you think? What we need is information. I think that we should pick up where Winters left off. We need to find Vauclair. I agree, but I also feel like maybe we can outsource, but I don't want to put other people in danger. I'm too nice. I feel bad. And how are you planning to do that? Winters spent 20 years searching for him, and it got him nowhere. With the help of an information broker. I don't want to get him involved. Anyone who's not Altug, I love him, and I don't want him to get hurt. For a task of this magnitude, we need to make contact with the premier information broker in Berlin. We need to talk to Alice. Who is this Alice? A most prominent figure in Berlin's shadow community, ex-Schock-Wellenreiter. She provides information retrieval services for the F-State. If Winters was right, if Vauclair is still alive, she can help us find him. Here, your key to speak with Alex. A cred stick? An encoded cred stick, yes. 10,000 new yen. Alice will not show her face for less. This represents the last of my personal savings, Adana. Make this meeting count. Okay, where do I need to go? Take the U-Bahn to the Altstadt Spandau. There you will find a connecting tube that locals refer to as the rabbit hole. Ha! I get it. You'll find a method of contacting Alice there. Don't call it that in front of her, though. Word on the street is that she hates it. Please hurry. While you're out there, I will work on acquiring new contracts for the team. Alice is the best there is at what she does. Her services carry a price tag to match. Alrighty, Spratey. So we've got a new objective. Let's take a look at our inventory. I want to make sure that everybody has... What is this? Drone repair kit. Okay. I want to make sure everyone has a res. Dante! Where's your good puppy? Oh, it's just showing me and Dante. Alright. Well, shall we? We've already done the talkie-lockie. And Dante's the only one with a speech bubble over his head, so we'll give him a nice pet and be on our way. Steam, what do you want? Sale on a game. Gonna pet Dante. Good pets. This is an interesting symbol. I know I remarked on it last time, but it's like half bear, half lion, with what looks like an AK-47. Alrighty. Plop in there. Bing! Alright. Touch me. Put hand on machine. Investigate. Looks like a video card machine. Insert stick. Grip it, it disappears. Video image fills the screen. The picture is dark and grainy. Looks like it was pulled straight from an old detective movie. From the Venetian blinds on the windows to the great swaths of shadow that paint the walls black. Center stage, sitting behind a large mahogany desk, is the silhouette of an impressive-looking woman in a charcoal gray suit. The tip of a cigarette glows cherry red in the shadows. She leans forward into the light, and you catch your first glimpse of Alice. Ooh, look at that hair! I want glowy hair! Her face is all hard planes and sculpted angles, with high cheekbones and almond eyes. Her lips are painted a frigid blue, but the look in her eyes is even colder. A head of luscious black hair is interspersed with flowing streams of cyan light. Alice exhales a plume of smoke, then tips her cigarette into a nearby ashtray. She fixes her eyes on you, and her lips curl into a humorless smile. We're on your dime, friend. Tell me what you're looking for. I need you to find someone for me, Dr. Adrian Valclair. The Dragon Slayer? Interesting. He's been missing for a long time. Yeah, can you find him? She looks you in the eye, and her smile disappears. Damn it! I think I might know who you really are? Why am I duties at everything? If he's out there somewhere, I can find him for you. He should be living under an assumed name in California Free State. And I'd still... Oh, he could be living under an assumed name in California Free State, and I'd still track him down. And if he's not alive, I'll tell you where you can find his corpse. Okay? I really want to know who she is, but like... How am I supposed to have all of these points? Alright. Here's how this is going to work. When you give me the go-ahead, I'm going to start gathering information for you. Once I've finished, you're going to bring me a cred stick encoded with an encryption key that I'll provide you. That cred stick will have 50 new yen on it. When I get my cred stick, you get your information. This is the deal. Take it or leave it. I don't feel the need to, ask her about the price. Amsel said, like, she's top-notch, and you're gonna pay for it. The end. Okay. Got a deal. Okay, but remember, you say go and I go. From that point on, you're on the hook to pay me my fee. No turning back, no refunds. Are we square on this? I don't see what choice I have. I need that information. Good. I'll be in touch. The screen goes black. Moments later, the machine reboots. The colorful sprites that you saw when you first approached the arcade cabinet return. There's nothing more to see here. Alice is gone. You don't have 10 skill points to allocate? Well, it's more than 10. I have 2... Don't you have 10? You know what? I did, but I wouldn't have put them in decking anyway. Or would I have? Oh, fuck. I think I was saving for charisma anyhow. I didn't realize I had 10. Last time I saw I had 2. Oh, boy! Fuck. Wow. That sucks. Let me save the game. I'll just do a new save. I don't think that there's a save that I could, Let me see if there's an autosave that before. I don't think there is, though. We'd have to watch all that shit again, wouldn't we? Fuck. Damn it! Ha, I like the rewind. Well, let me at least look at my character and I'll see what I would have actually put the points on without knowing that I would have wanted to have that for this conversation. What I probably would have done is put points into charisma. Because what does this give me? Nothing quite yet. New etiquette. Yeah, I probably would have done charisma. I don't know. I might have done that anyway. I don't know if I would have done this, if I would have picked this. Yeah, Charisma 5 just gets you closer to Charisma 6. So I don't know if I would have put points into here or not. Should I reload? Should I reload and see if I can get information on Alice? I'm just really curious. Yeah, I know I can't get Charisma 6. That's a you decision? I don't know. I'm more just curious. I'm fine with... I think what I'm not sure that I would have taken this upgrade. Or if I would have... if I would have done 5 charisma and held on to the other points so that I could get charisma 6. Can you restart the scene? Maybe. But I'm just saying, like, that's metagaming, which, again, it's a single-player game, so not that big of a deal. It just hurts me from a role-playing perspective. I was like, well, I wouldn't have done that anyway. So I think I just saved the game. Restart level. I don't actually know what that does. There's a rewind here, but I think that puts me back farther. Like when we were watching all the DVDs and such. What happens if I click restart level? I literally just saved. So there's no harm in it. I don't know what level means, because, like, there's not levels that, in, like, a familiar sense. I'm just really curious as to who she is. So far, I'm really enjoying the story, and I'm curious about the... Okay, so this just restarted us all the way back here. It restarted us back here anyway. So I'd have to go through all of this character speaking again. Alright, let me see if... I'll try one more thing. I think this just puts me in the same spot, but we'll see. I'm just curious, though. I mean, we've only got 2,000 new yen, so, like, if I can not exactly blackmail her, but so far, the thing that's intriguing me about this game are the characters and the story. So, like, the more that I can do to get characters and story... Okay, so this one's better. Because, yeah, we have our journal, which is... Aha. Alright, so I saved... Let's go ahead and do... Let's get decking 4. Deck me, daddy! Excuse me. No, not quickness. I said deck me, comma, daddy, yeah. Alright, so decking 4, and I know for sure that I want charisma, which gets me closer to here. So let's go ahead and confirm. Alright, but yeah, I totally didn't even realize that I had karma. I saw that I gained 1 earlier, so I was like, cool, I've got 2 karma. Yeah. Alright, this I will do. Thank you for watering me. Water? Boo! Rabbit hole. The hole for rabbits to go in. Find... Can you? Speaking of corpses, Alice, I think that I might know who you really are. I don't know why this requires decking 4, unless it has to do with the rumors about deckers coming back. But still, I don't know why that would be decking and not, like, people knowledge? You know what I mean? Oh? Do tell. There's a member of Echo Mirage named Alice Hafner. She died back in 2029 fighting the crash virus. Rumor has it that she still exists in the Matrix. Still calls herself Alice, too. An interesting theory, but I fear that my price to confirm or deny it would fall well outside of your price range. For now, let's get back to the business at hand. That was... not worth it. Oh well, I'll roll with it. I don't mind having the 2nd of Mark anyway. Got a deal. Don't have a choice. Bye, Alice. To just become the water boy. Oh, you've been the water boy. Bubble Man used to be the water boy. Probably need decking 4 as a role player to show you're deep in the decking scene and know the rumors. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I still am thinking about this game in a very sort of traditional D&D type way, where you have a whole set of skills to determine, like, perception or knowledge of this, that, and the other thing. Like how charisma has, do you know gang etiquette? Do you know corporate etiquette? Like the whole etiquette thing, like I was just assuming that knowledge about people would be a different stat, I guess, but that makes perfectly fine sense. Adana, did you make contact with Alice? Yes, she did. She accepted your payment, and I ordered the search for the information we need. Very good. I can't imagine this will be cheap. What was Alice's stated price? 50,000. It is about as I had expected. Thankfully, we are prepared for this. I have established contact with a number of new clients. You can find information on the jobs logged on your mission computer. One jobs file is on there already. While you're working to earn Alice's fee, I will continue to dig for clues about Fürschfinge. If she is, in fact, roosting under the Harfeld Manor, then there must be some evidence to support that fact. A dragon is a large thing to hide, after all. Be careful, Paul. Remember what happened to Monica. I will never forget. Don't worry, Adana. I'm going to conduct my investigation the old-fashioned way, through context and deduction and careful observation. I will not jack into the Matrix until this entire sorry episode is finished. Smart. Speaking of doing things the old-fashioned way, Malit is working to recover information off those other DVDs. It's a painstaking process, and it will not be quick, but she is optimistic that she will be successful in time. Finally, I have been checking up on our friend, the orc with the skin grafts. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'll keep you appraised of as the situation develops. Thanks, Paul. One last thing before you go, Adana. Samuel Beckenbauer wanted me to pass a message to you. Do you know him? The orc who runs the shelter across the way? Not familiar. Ah, well, he has a job for you. He wouldn't discuss it with me, but he promised it would prove worth your time. Okay. What do you think, guys? Should we go Orcmans? Or should we, see if we can raise money on the computer? What you think? What you think? Some of these conversation checks show what knowledge your character knows, but you as a player don't know. Yeah, it's hard. That might be a little bit why I feel a disconnect between this game and myself. Because I'm not familiar with the world or the system. This is my first Shadowrun game. And it seems to assume that I have some knowledge of things. That's not to say that the information isn't there and I can't eventually learn it, but it'll take a while for me to feel like I am comfortable with both how the game functions on a mechanical level and comfortable with knowing the lore and whatnot. And yeah, the disconnect between my character knows things versus I know things. Not the biggest deal, but can sometimes feel like can make you feel a little bit of a disconnect. Raise money. Well, they're both gonna raise money. At least see what Orcmans has to say. Okay. Do you want to do that first? That's the question, because I've got 10 minutes, so I can pick up a quest. And that's about it. Save? I mean, there's an autosave. Orcmans! Aha! At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there's a kindness in his eyes. Or, there is kindness. Guten Tag, dwarf. Can I help you with something? You run a charity. I mean, I did hear that. You wanted to talk about a job. Yes, I do. Thank you for coming so promptly. Tell me, what do you know about the Humanus Poli Club? Not a lot. I don't pay attention to politics. They're an anti-metahuman hate group. They're monsters. I don't know anything. See, this is one of those... I can select the answer that reflects me as a player, or I can select one of these other ones and make assumptions about my character. I don't love doing that, because it makes me worry that I'm not going to get... Like, they're not going to tell me, the player, information because they assume that I know things. So I have to play my character in a way that I might have, but wouldn't necessarily. Humanus may call itself a polyclub, but it's like, I don't know what a polyclub is. I guess political club, but its goals are anything but political. The organization's true objective is to spread fear and hatred of the metahuman races. Humanus's bloody rhetoric helped to instigate the Night of Rage. Again, Night of Rage? Like, I feel like these are things that my character should know. Should have base knowledge about. A worldwide race riot that took place in February of 2039. Thousands of innocent metahumans were attacked, beaten, and killed. Women and children were corralled into warehouses for protection and then burned alive when the structures were put to the torch. This is what Humanus stands for. This is the agenda that its leaders strive to advance. They will not be satisfied until all metahumans everywhere are driven from the face of the earth. Disgusting. This job of yours has something to do with that. Yesterday, I overheard one of my assistants talking on his comm. He was yelling, clearly agitated. I questioned him and he confided in me. What he told me made my blood run cold. They're planning an attack of some kind. Let me guess. Yes, I believe so. The Berlin chapter of Humanus has arranged to acquire a large shipment of an extremely hazardous chemical. Their leader, Volker Stahl, is a vicious ideologue. It goes without saying that whatever he intends to do, it won't be good for us. I want you to infiltrate the smuggling operation that is delivering the shipment. Once you arrive at the Humanus compound, you will find out what they're planning to do with the chemical and put a stop to it. Wouldn't it be easier to hijack it? What makes you think they'll talk to me? And let's talk compensation. I'm going to use my dwarf status. Many of the smugglers are metahumans. If you travel with them, Humanus will allow you into their compound. The rest will be up to you. Why would they deal with a metahuman-run operation? Presumably because they're the best option available. Stahl is nothing if not a pragmatist. He will work with metahumans when it suits him to do so. When he's finished with them, he'll discard them and move on. Alright, wouldn't it be easier to hijack it, though? No, stopping the shipment would not stop Humanus. They would merely acquire another. For a pack of snarling racists, they're extremely well funded. Aren't they always? Let's talk compensation. I guess, because it's the only thing I can say. Etiquette socialite. I know how much money you nonprofits keep for yourselves. What? No, I'll do it. That's a lot. I've contacted sister organizations across Berlin and taken up a collection. Between us, we have raised 22,000. Yeah. That's almost halfway to paying off Alice. Excellent. I am relieved. I will make the arrangements for your meeting with the smugglers. Their leader is an elf who calls himself Maxim. Take the U-Bahn to Schottennest, and you will find him waiting there. Best of luck to you, Adana, and good hunting. Know that you are doing a great thing for the metahumans of Berlin. Your efforts will not go unrecognized. What if I want them to go unrecognized? It's like, hey, look at me, woo! I do want to look at the mission computer. I'm assuming that I can grab both quests and then pick which one I do. And I'll save before... Well, I guess if it's been overwritten, it's been overwritten. You sure can. Hell yeah! So I won't be able to do the whole mission. Or, well, either mission. Once I pick this up, I will have to get ready for work. Unfortunately. Check the jobs directory. You will active and pending. Pharma cleanup? Or, oh, I see. So active, we picked it up, so it put that there. I guess. Provided by our client. Or, okay, so yeah, this is what we just did. So pending is this one. Here you will find the complete transcript of my conversation with Herr Fuchs, a potential client. The job seems to be relatively straightforward, and the payout is reasonable. One word of caution before you proceed. There are aspects of this run that you might find morally troubling. Be sure to read and understand the specifics of the job before accepting. If you do accept, you will be expected to carry out the requirements of the job in full. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified and I will make all necessary preparations for the run. Herr Amsel? Yes, I am here. To whom am I speaking? You may call me Herr Fuchs. Very well. Please describe the work that you would like to have done. Straight to the point. I like that. Very well. I would like to retrain your team's services to clean up a mess. Oh, retain your services. Go on. My employers dispatched a team of operatives to conduct a quiet operation at a local Sharing Pharma AG lab. Unfortunately, they botched the job. The team was eliminated, but we have reliable information that one of the operatives has been taken captive. If this rogue agent were to spill information leading back to my employers, it would lead to a corporate war. So they're working for a corporation, which I'm assuming I'm against? My employers would like nothing more than to prevent such a tragic turn of events. Ah, I see. And you wish to retain my team's... Retain! Is that what I said? Wow, brain's gone. Retain my team's services to tie up loose ends. Exactly. The captive operative is a rigger by the name of Thorvald Enstad. We need him neutralized before he can inform on us to his captors. Oh, so not actually rescuing, but actually just killing him ourselves. That 22 won't go into Alice Fund. Your teammates kind of like getting paid. Whoops. And you pay yourself a cut as well, but you can donate the rest. Well, it's still a decent chunk anyhow. Welcome back, Chaz. As Enstad and his team have already put the facility on high alert, stealth will not be an option. Your team will need to shoot its way in, eliminate Enstad, and exit the facility. A straightforward enough task and well within my team's capabilities. What are you offering in terms of pay? 15K? Non-negotiable? I don't think so. I don't think I like that job very much. Current funds. I have 10. I cannot deposit. So we will walk away, I suppose. What is this? Post pay data for sale? Post the antiquities delivery schedule? What is that? I don't remember what that is. Hello, Up. I am Dad. Also banned from this chat after this message. You're damn straight! A valuable shipment of antiquities will be arriving soon at Seattle docks. Useful information. Who's in charge of these antiquities? Is it bad people or good people? Only useful for posting Shadowland. Role-playing wise, though, are they good, bad, or gray? ASDF movie? I don't know that. Got it from the manor, so probably bad? Yeah, that's true. Alright, I guess I'll put it up then. Shadowlands. Go wreck them. Wreck their face. Posting will remain active for 2 days. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go wreck some people who are phobic and gross. Next time. For now, I will save the game because I gotta get off to work. I gotta get food and get changed into work clothes. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow where we will be playing more Heaven's Vault. I absolutely adore that game. It is very, very unique and fantastic. And we'll see if we might be able to finish it tomorrow. I'm not sure. But there is an okay chance. I'd say like a 50-50 chance we can finish it. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day, friends. I will see you another time. Bye! I'll find someone for us to host, but I don't have time for a raid today. All right, bye, friends. Love you, bye.